Welcome back to Food City Friday here in the kitchen with Chef Julie. And Chef Julie, you know we got that cake done, but as with all good cakes, you got to put a little frosting, a little icing on there. And you've got a very special recipe for this.
Mama called it minute fudge frosting. And boy, it's easy and it's so good.
Yeah.
So you just get your good pot. This is my favorite pot.
Okay.
Nice thick bottom, non-stick. And in there you're going to put a square of baking chocolate. If you don't have that, and I didn't, use 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder and a tablespoon of butter.
Okay.
Then you're going to put in 1/3 cup of evaporated milk.
Right there.
Okay. A cup of sugar.
Yep.
And a 1/4 cup of butter. You just mix it together, boil it for 1 minute.
Okay.
Stir the whole time. Take it off and start kind of whipping it a bit, let it cool down, and it'll thicken as it cools down. The trick is, for me, is to let it cool enough and get thick enough that you can still work with it, but not so runny that it goes all over the place.
Okay.
So anyway, but when you do and you pour it out, it just sets up.
Yes.
And it's just like fudge.
Yeah.
It's really good. So that's a great one.
Minute fudge icing. I like it. And look how beautiful that looks.
And bakingwithjulie.com, I have I have actual pictures of these recipes that you can get on there and get the real thing.
Okay.
But you know, like just how I had to substitute myself for baking chocolate using cocoa and butter, substituting for eggs is something we have to do sometimes. And of course this cake was kind of a substitute where you substitute out eggs. But there's all kinds of ways to make eggs that you can use in baking. Now you can't make omelets out of this stuff, okay? But you can use it to substitute.
If you're baking something else, you can substitute this.
So one of them, and we'll start with this one so we can show you later how it looks. 1 tablespoon of flaxseed in 3 tablespoons of water. And I'll let you put that in there and mix that around. Yeah.
I'm learning something new today because I didn't know you could do this with flax
seeds. You can do this. You'll see. Just mix it up, and we'll talk about it at the end. You can also use a 1/4 cup in recipes.
Make sure you get all this flaxseed in there.
It will. Just you'll see.
There you go.
A 1/4 cup of any kind of mashed fruit, applesauce, bananas, pumpkin, avocado. A 1/4 cup per egg will kind of help substitute. Now again, this isn't always perfect, and it won't give you the same results exactly, but it gives you a recipe, and sometimes it is good, like in pancakes or certain muffins. It can be really good to do that kind of thing. Yogurt, plain yogurt, not flavored strawberry.
Now is that Greek yogurt?
This I actually got was Greek yogurt. I got one with a fuller fat, but again, a 1/4 cup of that can work well. Buttermilk can also be a substitute for egg. Now this is a weird one. It's called aquafaba, and it's bean juice, believe it or not. The water out of a bean, if I took this right now and whipped it up, it would look like whipped cream. Isn't that crazy? I know. Isn't that weird?
What kind of beans did this come
This was just some Great Northern beans. You can use garbanzos, pintos, pretty much any legume will do this. And some people who are vegan will use it as a substitute for meringue. That kind of thing. So that's another one. This one's kind of interesting too. It's actually, and I got to read my notes because I hadn't done this one before. It's 2 tablespoons of water, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a teaspoon of vegetable oil. And that substitutes for an egg as well.
So we got the flaxseed.
We've got that one done. Now the most interesting one is that someone learned that if you take a 1/4 cup of carbonated water, like in muffins, and substitute it for egg, it actually is really good. They had wonderful results. So I've not tried that one yet, but I thought I'd throw that in here. And do you see it's starting to get a little thicker? It'll get thicker as you go and just kind of get it kind of sets up kind of
it emulsifies,
But one thing I learned about substitutions.
Yes.
Did you know, I saw this study, if the brain doesn't think there is a solution, it won't even look for one. Isn't that profound?
That is. When you think about that for a while,
think about
folks.
So just to say, now maybe, you know, not having eggs is a little problem. Sometimes you got big problems. But there's always a solution, but you got to keep looking for it.
There you go.
And you'll find it.
All right. Chef Julie, great job.
Yes, it's fun to be here.
Check out bakingwithjulie.com, and for everything you've seen here today, go to foodcity.com.